Hello? Anyone there? Hello? It's been like a month. Actually, it's been over a month. So hey, I'm Shayna. Yeah. I don't really know what I'm filming today. I just really wanted to get back into it, so this is gonna be a thing. I kind of thought it would be fun to briefly, I'm gonna try and keep this as brief as I possibly can, to briefly go through all of the, we'll call them ambitions, all the ambitions I had for 2020, in the sense of planners, and this, mind you, the things that I slated for some of these, well, I don't know, I guess I was gonna say they're not really related to what's going on in the world, but that's a lie, because some of them kind of are. So, anyway, you like my blanket? It's my nice moose blanket. My mother-in-law gave me this. It wasn't, the moose thing, I'm not super into moose. Mooses? I don't know, we call them moosin in our house because that sounds funnier. More funny? Whatever. Anyway. Y'all, this is gonna be an interesting video. Okay. We're gonna do this. This is gonna be a thing. So, there's one stack, and there's the other stack. You can't even see. Hold on. Let me see if I can, okay. So there's that. And, can I get this to do it? There's my thumbnail, y'all. Right there. Okay. I wasn't kidding. I stopped right there to take this photo before everything fell down. So, anyway. Here we go. I'm not going to take a whole lot of time to go through these because obviously, sorry, I just bumped it. Obviously there's a lot going on here. So, okay. I don't even remember what I had decided to start out with this year. So I'm just going to start with this thing because it's here. This is my Giglio personal rings in the Croco charcoal matte. This charcoal is absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. The lighting might be a little different than the first part of this video just because I switched it a little bit to be a little more natural so it picks up the actual colors of things. But in here, this is still set up. This is still set up from when I was in here earlier this year. Gosh, I was so loving this planner. I took out all the actual planning, like the dailies or the weeklies and monthlies that I was using. I took all those out. And so what I had turned this into was basically a, like an extension planner. So I have home, finances, health, reference, and notes. And then I have my bottom tabs here. Here we go. My bottom tabs here from Chrissy's Creations. They're actually, they open so you can put stuff in them. I love this thing. I love this thing. I don't think I'm going to get rid of this. This is just going to be a staple on my shelf for when I inevitably decide to go back to personal rings, because I will end up going back at some point for something, I'm sure. But this was amazing for a majority of the year, or part of the year. I don't remember. I think it was late June. It was late June, so I made it half the year in this thing, I believe. So yeah, that was my everyday carry for the first half of this year. Then, what ended up happening was I went into my B6 Stalogy at that point. So I had started it June 26th, or 22nd. Oh gosh, I've been saying the 26th. I started it on the 22nd. Actually, I think I back-planned that, never mind. So I did start on the 26th. And this is what I've been rocking all this time, since then. Well, okay, almost all this time, I guess I should say. If you've been following me on Instagram, you know it's been almost all this time. But I have been keeping up with it when I wasn't using this. And and I do believe a B6 Stalogy is what I'm going to end up going with for next year, I think. I did have this in a Lauren Phelps Designs cover. Really amazing covers, but mine's ripping and falling apart on the edges here, and stupidly I put something in here that wasn't laminated and it got stuff all over it and I cannot get it off. So as much as I love these vinyl covers, they just don't hold up to the way that I I treat my planners. I'm not kind to my planners. Well, I'm not, that sounds awful. I'm kind to my planners in a sense, but like I do throw them in my purse. Like I don't put them in a sleeve or anything to protect the planner. Like my planner needs to hold up. And so these definitely do not hold up to that kind of lifestyle, but I do love this look. So I also don't love how shiny it is when I'm trying to film, but that's like a really, really minor point. So yeah, this is what I've been rocking since June. I love it, love it, love it, love it. I have been doing all kinds of things. Like I did some watercoloring and stickers, and I don't know, if you follow me on Instagram, I pretty much post every single day. Or not every single day. I don't post every day, but I post all of my dailies. There we go. So you can definitely see it there. But yeah, this is what I've been living in. I did de-ring this Vanderspec personal rings. The only thing I didn't think about was the fact that these are open pockets. And so my planner keeps sliding out, but I don't actually take my B6 with me on the few days that I do leave the house. So it's not a big deal to me right now, but I do want to get probably a Vanderspec that doesn't have the back pocket, because their Codex doesn't have the back pocket. I don't know that I even want pockets like these card pockets and stuff. Yeah, so I think I might do that. I'm waiting on some samples to come in, but otherwise I can get the Touch Me leather too if the samples I'm getting I don't really care for. But this one, by the way, is, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's it's a Vanderspec personal rings Poussiere. I don't know how to pronounce it. But it's a Touch Me leather. It is gorgeous. I absolutely love this leather. Yeah, so that is what this is. And again, I de-ringed it. So there's that. That's what I'm using right now as a main planner. For a brief moment in time, I had this A6, this A6 Stalogy, and this is what I had been using in November here to try and see if this was something that I could make work instead of the B6, because let's be real, this is gigantic and this does not fit. I like carrying small purses. I can't stand purses that are like luggage and where I'm carrying my entire life in it. I want to have a small, concise, like just my necessities purse. And so this just doesn't work in that. Even with the vinyl cover, it just didn't, it was too chunky for me. So what I ended up doing was carrying around this A6, and this is actually a Midori A6 vinyl cover on the front here, and the white paper is just what it came with. I just never took it out. And the thing that I like about this is that there's actually a pen loop here. I had to add a pen loop to this because it doesn't have one, and my pen loop actually ended up falling off because I was too rough with it one time. So that was a bummer. But I like that this has a built-in pen loop. But yeah, I was using this again just to see if I could. I wrote some notes in here about the bullet journal method because I'm reading that book, and just, I really, really like it. It would work, but I miss the B6. Like, I picked up my B6 and I was like, oh, I missed you. So And the other thing that I noticed was that when I did switch to the A6, so when I was using the A6, I recreated my November spreads in the A6, and I used these two in tandem just because I didn't want to lose information in here, and I really wanted to continue this throughout the rest of the year, even if I switched to this. But I really wanted to make sure that this was going to be something that I wanted to actually switch to. So I was planning on using it for all of November before I decided to switch to it. So when I first switched to this, I was grabbing for this more. I grabbed for the A6 far more than the B6. But the problem was I stopped grabbing my planner entirely. I would go for the A6 when I did grab my planner, but I stopped grabbing my planner. And for me personally, that is the biggest sign that this doesn't work, that this is not for me. I was consistent all the time in my B6 Stalogy. I would look at it every single day, multiple times a day. I stopped looking at either planner when I switched to this, and again, that is my sign that this doesn't work. As much as I wish this worked, because I love how compact this is and how cute it is, and I mean, look at how cute this little month-on-one page is. I made it work. All my spreads worked. I just wasn't reaching for it, and so it had to go. What I decided to do now, right now anyway, and I'll update this later in a like 2021 planner lineup video to see if this actually is going to work. But right now I only go to work a few days a week, and I don't want to carry the B6 with me. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to carry the A6 in my purse and take that with me to work on the days that I go to work, and the B6 will stay home, and the B6 will just be my home, like my everyday planner, but not my everyday carry, because this is way too chunky, especially at this point where I've got a bajillion stickers in here and washi and tip-ins and stuff. I stopped using tip-ins at some point because it was chunking it up a little too much, but I think now that I'm going to keep this at home, it might not be so bad. So that's where that's at. Those are those two. I also have, I can't show a ton of this one because there is a lot of personal information in here, but this is a Giglio pocket rings in the Epoca Rust color. I love pocket rings. I love pocket rings. I can't not have a pocket rings. All of the stuff that I ended up having as an extension planner in this ended up going into this. So I am not using this at all right now. And it's like burning a hole in my bookcase. I really want to sell it, but I just don't know if I can part with it quite yet. So I will probably sell it at some point. I don't know if I can convince myself to. But yeah, this is a pocket, not a pocket XL. It's just a pocket, so it has the 16mm rings, and I have it all decked out for fall. Cutest little thing. I have like, these are the habits, the habit tracking that I actually have in my B6 as well. Oh, I'm not going to flip the page, but I do have it in here. I update it in here daily, and then I migrate it to here because this is kind of my like all year long planner. Because I know I'm going to end up going through multiple Stalogies next year if I stay in this. I don't want to keep migrating certain things, so I was putting it in here, and then this is also like I figure out my social media schedule, which I really could just name as YouTube. I don't have a schedule or anything for Instagram. I just post when I feel like posting. My finances, some health related things, and then notes that I don't really use, but I had in here anyway. So there's that. This one doesn't get a whole lot of love. I love pocket rings. I have another pocket rings that I'm probably going to end up selling now that I have this, because I just don't see myself going back into pocket rings for an everyday carry like my main planner. I don't see going back into that because this is, I found now that I really like journaling in my planners, and because I don't often reach for another planner. If it's, you know, like another, if I had a journal, a separate journal, I'll never reach for it. And I know that about myself now. So journaling in my daily pages is really great. If I need more space, I can always figure out something, but I tend to be able to fit what I need in the space that I have in my dailies. So typically on a day where I have a lot of stuff going on, like a lot of tasks, I don't often have a whole lot to write in a journal anyway, so I guess there's that. But if I did, I could figure it out. So there's that. What do I have next? I guess these two kind of go together. So these are both Hobonichis. Actually, let's just do all three. So I have 3 Hobonichis that I got for 2020. I was real ambitious this year. So I have a Hobonichi Weeks, not the Mega, just the Weeks. I have the A6 original, and this is a cousin. I can't show a whole lot in here, but this was intended to be a journal for my kid. I thought it would be a really cool idea to basically do a journal entry, a journal entry every day, you know, talking about the different milestones he hit, or even just like normal days, things he did on a normal day. If I had nothing really to write about, I could do like a prompt about something, like a memory or something I had from pregnancy, or you know, his early childhood or whatever. So I did fill this out until May 12th is when, actually I stopped using it in like March when all this stuff happened. And then I went and backfilled it back in May, and I stopped on the 12th, and then I never filled it in again. It is currently November 20th, so I'm not going to go back and refill that. So this is a great idea, not so great on the execution, but I did end up getting an A6 half-year Stalogy, and I'm going to transfer the stuff from here into here. It's a massive waste of this book, but I feel like these empty pages in the back are really just going to bug me. And yeah, I'm just going to transfer it into here, and then I can get rid of this Hobonichi, and then I can just have this little thing. The idea of it was that, you know, because it was actually dated, it would force me to actually write in it, but that wasn't the case. So what I'm going to end up doing is getting a full year A6. Actually, I think I have it already. I'm going to get a full year A6 and write in it as many days as I, you know, need to or whatever. I can go multiple years if I want. I still think the idea of this is really cool. I just know that life happens, and I don't want to be stuck with a dated planner that I end up using not even half of. So, because I also wasn't using the monthly or yearly or whatever is up here. I forget. Does it have monthly? I didn't use the majority of this planner, basically. So that was really bothering me. So I'm going to put it in there. So there's that. I'm running out of space. The Hobonichi Weeks here is just, it was a... look at that. Look at how ambitious I was. Bring on 2020. Good God. So I have a bunch of layouts and stuff that I did in here with stickers that I had. I was supposed to do journaling here. Clearly never did, all the way back to December 30th of 2019. I never did the journaling. I really liked doing these, but it just seems so... I don't know. When did I stop? When did I stop? I stopped in... And I think I did a video for this one. I stopped April 3rd is when I stopped, and that was about when things started hitting the fan. So, I don't know, I really, really love this. This is so cute, and this would be really cute to get out like my stickering and the layouts and stuff, because I'm not doing that in my B6, but I don't know. I'm not going to end up getting another Hobonichi for 2021. Another Weeks. Actually, I'm not planning on getting another Hobonichi in the at all, period. But, specifically the Weeks. So this is the Cousin in a Midori cover, an A5 Midori cover. I do have, I tried out a single monthly layout in here, and then I realized I didn't need the monthly layout, so I didn't fill them out past that. So this was basically just, I don't know what to call this. I was kind of calling it, it's not really an art journal, it's not really like a written journal, it's kind of a mix of both, it's kind of not. I think what I was calling it was like an intentional journal, not an intentions journal, an intentional journal. As in, my intent was to do something in this planner every single day, and it didn't matter if it was a ton of writing, if it was a random drawing of the Sims logo. I mean, this was all I did on the 7th of January, just that sticker, and that counted for me. And that was it. Not a whole lot going on a lot of these days, but that was okay. I wanted to touch the planner, or it's not even, I didn't consider it, the journal, once a day, every day. And I stopped doing it. When did I stop doing this? I think I went in and filled in a few pages after the fact. March 1st. March 1st is when I stopped using this, so that was a total waste too. I'm probably going to keep these around just to do like both. All of these I'm probably going to keep around if I want to do like pen tests or something. I don't know. I'm going to keep them around for a while, and then I'll probably toss them at some point. But definitely not getting any of those next for 2021 at all. I'm not getting Hobonichi. I have two other B6 Stalogies here. One of them is actually in a Lauren Phelps design cover that I forgot I had until just this moment. Okay. The other one is just free. So this one, and I can't share too much in this one. So this one, I became a travel agent, an independent travel agent, and I was doing a lot of trainings and stuff at the beginning of the year, and then right as I was going to get into setting up my social media and starting to actually like network out and start doing things, everything came crashing down. So obviously travel is not a thing that is happening right now. So while I still have hopes that I can get back to this, because I have since I was a kid always dreamed to be like a travel agent, or somebody that can travel or help others travel, because I didn't know that travel agents were a thing as a kid. But this was a dream of mine, has been a dream of mine for a long time, and I'd like to get back to it. We'll see, because my life has kind of changed a little bit, so we'll have to see if this actually happens. It was fun for a while. I'm kind of sounding like I'm not going to get back into it, and I'm realizing that as I'm saying it, so I don't know. We'll see. If I don't get back into it, this journal, or this, it was a planner actually, but like I was using it as a planner, will get used for something else. I'm not going to waste it, so there's that. And then I have this one, which is for my Korean learning. So I did take a class from Coursera. It was a free class from Yonsei University, First Step Korean, and so this is my notes for that. All about, the beginning steps of the Korean language. These are not my notes that I took when I took the class. I should clarify that. Well, it wasn't in this, but it was in my other Tul Junior notebook. I took the initial notes and then I put them in here more neatly, because I find that if I write them and then I rewrite them and actually sort them out the way they're supposed to be, that helps solidify it in my mind. So this is a bunch of Korean learning. I have some random, I could probably throw that out. I got a bunch of Korean skincare products, and I was going to translate some of this, or at least not even translate it, just write it down just for practice and writing. I never got to it, and I'm just into the, and well, I did actually start, and I was even picking it apart. Look at that. I'm starting to admit when things are just not going to happen and toss it out. So, and then I did start another Coursera course from Yonsei University at Learn to Speak Korean 1. And clearly I got very far on that. But this is still going to be used. I just haven't had the chance to study a whole lot. So that is still very much going to get filled. So there's that. Lastly, I have this Tul Junior. I have this one, and I have another one in black. And that was actually where the black one was where I took the Korean notes. This one is actually for learning, like, oh my god, I can't speak suddenly. This was mainly for resources and things that I printed out for travel agency stuff. It's not being used for anything else right now, and it was being used to plan a trip I had to go to Disney and Universal that I had saved for. And it was supposed to be in July, and it obviously ended up getting canceled, and I'm still really sad about it because I also had a concert around that time I was going to go to, and that got canceled too, obviously. So, I mean, I know there's worse things. So, it's just a minor complaint, but I was like, no. But that's fine. It is what it is. Things happen. So, anyway, that was about as quick as I could make it. That was a lot of stuff. That was my hopes and intentions basically for all of 2020, and basically none of it ended up working out the way I thought that it did, and that is just planner life. I have all these, like I said, hopes and intentions, and it pretty much every year I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, and then by the end of the year I'm like, just kidding, that's not at all where I am anymore, because things change, your life changes constantly, and things like a global pandemic end up happening, and just all kinds of stuff, and you just gotta take it as it comes and adapt, and it is what it is. So, that's the video. That's the video. Hopefully this was kind of enjoyable. I don't know. I haven't done this in a month, and for some reason, I told my husband just before this that I was super nervous to do this, and I don't know why. I've been doing this YouTube for over 3 years now, and I've had month hiatuses, not on purpose, and I don't know what about this one made me nervous, but I was nervous, so there's that. Anyway, I'm planning on getting back to my normal posting on Saturday schedule, so, with that being said, thank you so much for being here. Thank you to everybody who reached out to see how I was doing, if I was okay, especially after that video, however many back, that I was like, I should not have filmed this. I was not in the right mindset, but I'm super glad that I filmed it anyway, because a lot of people ended up coming out saying that they've been having the same feelings, and it's just nice to know that you're not alone. I know a lot of people say, oh, you're not alone, but it's different when you can hear it, I guess, in somebody's voice that they are feeling the same way that you are. So I am sending you all out so much love. I know it is a very difficult time for a lot of people right now, and I just want to send you out love and gratefulness that you are here watching my videos for any amount of time. And yeah, if you ever care to reach out in the comments, reach out on my Instagram. I have it linked in the description. Reach out. I'm always game to chat. I have been chatting with quite a few of you that have reached out for various reasons, and I love it. That's what I came to YouTube for. That is what I came to YouTube for, and that is why I made my planner Instagram in the first place, was to be able to find people to get to know and chat with, and just be able to be around even on a digital platform, you know, where we're not being able to see each other. And that's what I wanted when I came into this. And so I am super, super thankful for those of you that have reached out. I'm thankful even for those of you that haven't. I know that that can kind of be something that a lot of people don't have in their capacity to do right now, just know that no matter what, whether you reach out or not, I am super thankful for you. And I am thankful that you're here with me in these crazy videos. Anyway, all of that being said, again, thank you so much for being here. I greatly, greatly appreciate it, always. I will see you in my next video.